Don't link it to boy Inc. Welcome to part 4 of Berserk, masterpiece by Loli. Again, didn't have a lot of time, but we still managed to get a freaking page of work. And that's not a page, that's like half a page, like a quarter of a page, but still. Bro, we're moving on quickly. We're already at 7 hours, right? We're at third in. It's just a massive piece. So yesterday we were talking about the Lost Ark. Today we're gonna be finishing the Lost Ark, right? It started with Rosine, which again is this. Oops, sorry about this. I got no tripod. I could buy a tripod, but again, I do like the butter, the peanut butter in the background because it's easy for me to give my full focus on the peanut butter, right? We got Rosine who wants Jill to join, and it makes sense because Rosine, she's like Jill's my best friend, and oh man, it's kind of crazy because she does describe the where she lives as a paradise, and this exact paradise is her perception. The perception of Rosine was like, "Yo, I live in a paradise," and she's in denial. Rosine is also that's not something Loli said, but something I want to say. She's living in a Peter Pan. The world of the adults are so fucked up that she refuses to grow. The adults are so fucking disgusting in this arc that she refuses to grow, and by being that, she has the Peter Pan complex, which is a non-desire to grow up, right? We got Guts almost killed Puck at mistake. He almost kills Jill at a mistake. Puck get mad because he's like, no, 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 you don't kill her. She's your friend. And Puck immediately. Well, that's what I like about Puck because, like Loli said, Puck is supposed to be supporting Guts. He's supposed to be like his friend, but Puck is not a yes man. Puck is not a guy that says, "Oh fuck, whatever you want, dude. Whatever you want, I'll do it." He's not that guy, and I do love this about him. I think it's super important to the character, right? So we got the he fights a half demon bandit because they go in a city, and it's kind of crazy because Rosine talks about the adults protecting her, but they're half bandit, half people, half demon, and they're being controlled. They didn't choose to protect her. She forces them to become protector. Got the Vatican Knight. Again, we're introducing a character which is Farnese, which is apparently somebody super important. The Vatican Knights are going right to sorry. Oof. The end of the scene, we're having this intro to the character, which is Farnese. We investigate Guts because we believe, and it's to be fair, right? Oh man, it's so well written. Loli is so good at explaining things that even though I didn't read it, I can still understand. Like the fact that everywhere Guts go, there's chaos. No, there was chaos before Guts came in. Guts just exposed the chaos. It just made it seem like it wasn't supposed. For example, and a lot of the arcs that we saw so far, the Duke or the person in power is the one that's the bad guy, and they can silence uh, peasant, peasant, right? So it's kind of cool that Guts is exposed to that. He's linked to the eclipse. He had a clear link to the eclipse, right? We had the father of Jill. He guides to the forest, and it's kind of cool because, as Lolly said, you can think of Lolly. He hates the character of the dad, right? And you can sense it. The character doesn't, the father doesn't care about Jill. He just wants to feel glory because he has PTSD. He's an ex-soldier that wants to feel like there's something. And technically, the Vatican Knights are the strongest army for good. Now, are they really for good or they're kind of working for evil? That's not clear yet. I want to believe that they're working for good, but I don't know, right? We got the Path Glory, Miss Valley. Again, the Miss Valley is a paradise, and the Miss Valley is where we're gonna fight. Jill wants to join because again, Rosine told her such a story that she said, "Yo, this place is amazing. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it." And Jill is starting to buy it, and she's like, "Okay, Rosine, I trust you," which she should because they're friends, right? But then we're seeing that there's more to it than that. We got Jill who tells Puck about the abuse because Puck again. We remember that Puck could feel the feeling, so he feels Jill pain and suffering and the abuse. And again, it's sensitive in Guts, but for her, Guts is pure rage. Every sentiment of fear, every sentiment of pain was overcome rage. Jill is not there yet, right? Tell Puck about abuse, fear, what's the wives are evil. Yo, that's a crazy part. So the wives are evil. They're fighting each other. They're raping each other. so they're not that better than the human. But Rosine, she's in denial. They're kids. How could they be acting as an adult? They're just play fighting, right? She's in denial, and Jill see that, and Jill says, "Oh, this place is fucked up." And if it wasn't for that, Jill would have probably joined. Right? We're seeing. Oh my fucking god, Berserk is amazing. We're seeing cocoons. In the cocoons, we know they're wasps, and we way wasps are coming from cocoons. So it's kind of cool that we're seeing this, and it's a transformation demon. So this is perhaps not every demons are gonna become like that, are gonna be born like that, but this is wasps. It's kind of cool that we're seeing different transformation. And again, we established yesterday that there was a Behelit who created this army, the Behelit of Rosine, but the Behelit was strong enough to withstand everything and to create its own reality. So again, we're being shown the power of the Behelit. We got the transformation. Guts fight the queen. Guts fight against the queen. It's crazy. It's really hard to explain it with word, right? The queen, she sent the horde, and Guts. This is a scene that's famous. He's going into the fire to burn himself, to burn the wasps surrounding him. That's kind of fucking crazy. It's kind of cool because seeing that, Loli brings a question up, and he's like, "Is Guts human? Is he humanity? Is he a good or evil?" And again, Lolly, why he's so cool and why he's so good at what he's doing, because he keeps on mentioning that Guts might be a bad guy, and he keeps on mentioning that Guts being a bad guy could be good. Can we root for a devil? Can we root for a demon? Are we gonna have to stop Guts at some point, right? So we don't know, which is phenomenal. Guts hesitates because Rosine. Guts, he could have killed Rosine, the queen, but he hesitated because she looked like a kid, and that's showing humanity, right? But I would say that was pretty cool because he does have his limits, right? And he would have been such a good father too. I'm sorry, but he would have been, because Rosine looked like he willing to, uh, what, what, willing to sacrifice. That he was willing to sacrifice Jill, and because of that, Jill was. Oh, and it's beautiful, dude. It's so beautiful because Jill was willing to accept Guts no matter what. She was willing to accept Guts for being a monster if he protected her. But then Gutsy was willing to sacrifice her, and Jill completely lose it. Right? She completely lose her mind, and it sucks. We got Rosine, path. Rosine went to forest of. Oh, we talk about the Rosine past because she's doing the fight, and we're seeing her past. So how she went to the forest to find the elf so they could protect her. The parents was abusive and also raping her. She was just exploited, right? She was just, and it sucks, bro, because all she wanted was to see the elf because the elf were medical that protected her. And it's kind of cool because Loli talks about how one of the very last scene that Rosine see is Puck, who is a real elf. That was kind of phenomenal and kind of really fucking cool, right? We got the find health parents find her and abuse her. She was just a kid, die happy because she sees health. Guts exploit it. It's cool because we're getting a sense of why Gus was willing to sacrifice. Uh, he was willing to sacrifice Jill, and the reason why he was willing to sacrifice Jill is because Rosine was her best friend, and she would sacrifice herself to save Jill. So he knew that, and he was talking about how the different demon they had his weakness. For example, the count talked about his daughter. He was talking about how Griffith was weak, and that's why he wanted to become a human. So it's kind of cool that we're seeing Guts always trying to exploit the weakness, and admittedly that's a bad guy, but they're fucking demon, and that maybe that's the only chance he has, right? We got the she was a weak, exploit human weakness. Rosine repeats. It's kind of cool because the Rosine, she's kind of the repeat of Picaf's story, which Picaf is the guy we saw yesterday. And yesterday's video, how he was an elf. He thought he was an elf, but he was like a demon. Then his parents, they loved him, and then Rosine, she wants to go back to her parents, but her parents are dead. So it's kind of cool because by repeating the story, it's a showcase that no matter who is gonna do what she did, what Rosine did, or Picard did, they're gonna end up the same. So that was a really cool. God tells Jill she's cursed if she follows him because Jill wants to follow God, and God is like, and God is such a fucking good dude here. He's an amazing human being. He tells Jill, listen, what I'm doing is fight. If you're coming with me, you're gonna get cursed. You have to go. You have to go harder than that, and the way to go harder than that is by saying, yo, it's amazing. It's by saying, guess what? I'm gonna be stronger than that, and I'm gonna push myself to be stronger than that. And if you stay here and change things, it takes strength too. You don't run away. Change things here. Be stronger, and you'll ultimately understand the strength there is. And every single person that wanted to follow God's were met with disapproval, and were pushed away by Guts. Jill is the first one that has a feeling of, well, maybe my place is here. She's given by God. She's awful by Guts. Guts give her hope. Guts give her a reason to live, and that's the best gift. It is the best gift that he can give her, right? The story, the arc is tragic. The child PTSD, trauma, ultimately it's kind of cool because he Loli talks about how the child were had trauma and PTSD and how it led Rosine to perpetuate the act, and it's a showcase that the cycle is real and that Jill is actually the good ending for Gus, because in the good ending Gus would have stayed with the Hawk and nothing would have happened. The eclipse would have not happened, but then Gus did a mistake, and although Gus is not responsible for the action of it, yet his part to play. The all the clips are happening because of the end of the arc, and the only people from the bottom of the arc who are left are Casca, Guts, and Griffiths. On that note, that's what's part 4. Always, I love you guys. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.